Okay, so I'm going to quickly talk you through what my 3-day winter hike and camp hit list comprises of, and I'm going to start at the top, the most basic things, and work my way through them, explain what and why if I can, quickly, as quick as possible. So what you'll see over here is my sleep system. That comprises of my sleeping bag and my sleeping mat. I also have another 2 roll mats which are underneath, which is a foam roll mat, and as you can see up in this top corner, a foil mat to reflect the heat back. This is the Snug Pack Antarctic roll mat, which does state that it can go straight on the snow, so it has high hopes for itself. However, I don't have the confidence using it for the first time in these conditions, sub-zero, possibly sub-zero, and so I'm taking the roll mat and the foil blanket because I know that they work as backup, and I will give it a bit of a test whilst I'm away. On here, just here, there's 3 bags here. You can see that's my tent. That is the Cloud Peak 2, and that's the poles and the pegs. The reason I separate them is because when I push that to the bottom of my bag, these get in the way and don't allow it to compress enough, so they will actually be on the outside of my pack. Underneath here I have a small pillow underneath my shemag. That's just pure comfort, really. That system alone there will hopefully be able to protect me down to minus 18 degrees as they state. I doubt it very much because we all know they lie, but even down to minus 8, knock a good 10 off of that, and I think we're still good, let alone with the other protection I have, which comprises of my clothing. This is my raincoat, which is a Peter Storm Tornado, nothing special. It packs away into this dry bag. This is the Northridge lead puffer jacket, which I've tested it out. It's kept me warm in cold evenings. Not up on the hills, I haven't tested it, but with what I've got, it should be fine. This is just a packet with my underwear in, so fresh hiking socks, 2 pairs, fresh underwear, 2 pairs. In there, this is where I keep my base layers, which are my wicking base layers for hiking. So they're like the latex stretchy shit, keeps me cool as well, so so I don't sweat through a lot or as much. 2 full sets and 2 lightweight moisture wicking t-shirts, quick dry stuff, all of that, everything is quick dry if possible. Then I have a set of thermal base layers in there, which I will use in the evenings. I'll get back to once I get to camp. I've dropped the tent and got myself all set up. Out of my clothes, if they're anything damp like my trousers and whatnot that I need to try and dry, I can have a go. It allows me to get into my dry thermal layer. It's not going to be enough on its own, obviously, but that's where this guy comes in. These are my nature hike down trousers. Now they're literally just for me lounging around in the evening, although it does say you can hike in them. I wouldn't try it, probably split them like I was going over a stile or something. And then here is a set of nature hike tent boots, down things. I put on my feet, keep my toes warm. Now I've tried them on, they look fantastic. Far better than the down boots I've got already as well. I've got high hopes for them. And so I'm relying on those 2, along with my puffer jacket, as being my nighttime sort of lounge around gear. Obviously with my layers, I've got a fleece to add, and if I need to, there's a raincoat. Set of gaiters, obviously keep my boots from filling up when I'm splashing around in the mud. And then we'll move on to my sustenance, which comprises of a 1.5 litre bladder, 500ml bottle, so what's that, 2 litres in total of water that I can carry. I do have a filter kit for more. In there is a little dribble of rum. And then this lot here, especially this lot in the black drawstring bag, this is my cook set. Now I've kind of built a titanium stackable cook set really, and it comprises of a Tokes wood burning stove, small one, which will allow me to put my Lixada meth burning stove without the frame inside it and use it together as well, or use wood if I see the need to, or if there's wood around. Both of those nestle together. The Lixada goes into the Tokes stove, small wood burning stove, into its little sack, which then nestles in a 750ml titanium pot stroke mug with handle and lid. That goes in its own bag, and then it also nestles in a 1500 cook set, which comprises of titanium pot and pan in their own bag. Now there's a little bit of room in there which I've put ferro rod and tea towel and sponge. Nestles all lovely together, closes down, a really small piece of kit. As you can see, doesn't weigh a great deal, it's very small, and it's got a lot of stuff in there. In here, this is a cook set really. It's all my bits and pieces, so that'll be sporks, utensils, condiments, emergency fire lighting kits. I've got a few like bits of tinder and stuff in there to help get a fire going if need be. A few other little bits and pieces along those lines. These gloves are essential because the titanium stuff gets really hot, and considering I might boil my water in my mug there, I don't want to be holding that. Plus it helps moving the pots and pans around. That is just an old chopping board that folds in half, but it's quite useful. It can double as a chopping board or a steady base for the cooker, prepare and stuff. Just a little table, somewhere to put your stuff and organise. Down here you can see my expedition food, which I've got 2,000 calorie meals, double meals. I've got 1,000 calorie single meal and one 800 calorie single meal, and then I've got this Wayfarer one, which is heavy, so I'm going to use that as my first meal, first day, get rid of that. Although they're lovely, they're just heavy. They're like 2 or 3 times the weight of these things. Right, so next we have this puppy here. This is my chest rig. It's where I keep my camera stuff, phone. I can tuck my map case here down between my chest and the chest rig for easy access. Be on a lanyard, slip it in. This is my bum bag, which I keep personal items, so keys, money, wallet, just in case of emergencies, I get stuck anywhere. Ciggies, chewing gums, all that sort of stuff. Basic wash kit: toothbrush, toothpaste, flannel, wash bowl, soap, tiger balm, a few tablets, cocodamols and stuff like that. I wouldn't need to add these two. In fact, they can stay there, easy access. And a comb for my beard, just so I don't look a complete hobo while I'm out trekking. And if you come down here, this is my saw. It just helps with preparation of anything really, if you need sticks, let alone the firewood for this, rather than using hands breaking it, or my wire saw that I've got. This is a titanium trowel, without stating the obvious, bury your toilet waste. And then what you can see here is all the stuff that goes in the top of my rucksack for easy access. It's almost like my grab stuff if I know that potentially that I might need it a lot. So I'll start down here. This is my lighting in a dry bag. Inside I've got a head torch, nice and bright. I've got a hand torch, which is extremely bright, and I've got a lantern from the tent, which is you can clip it anywhere, and it's again very bright. Running on batteries, you can see tucked down the side, and I've got a huge chargeable battery laying down there somewhere as well. Then this is my 33,000 milliamp a second, however they measure it, battery bank, which probably gives my phone probably 4 or 5 charges. I would like to say 6, but I think that's what it's rated at, and I think it got more like 4 or 5, but it's plenty for what I'm doing. I'll use that for charging. It could be my vape, could be my phone, could be the lighting that I'm using. Very useful. very useful to have. It's a bit heavy, but it's really useful. Then I have a basic first aid kit, which I'm going to put those cocodamols in for easy access. Now that, when I say basic, it is very basic, just plasters, antiseptic wipes, hand gel, a few pins, a sling, a couple of bandages, whatever. I don't know what else I can really take or is worth taking, because if I'm honest, if there's any kind of emergency past basic first aid, the emergency service is going to get called. I do have a emergency repair kit that I had in here tucked in. I don't know if you noticed the other bag that was under the gloves, little molly bag, and that's got cordage and tape and a tourniquet in there and things like that in case need be, but I can get to those as well. That's going to be fairly near the top on the inside of the sack. Then in there, that grey bag, it's my Sawyer mini filter. Now inside there's a mylar bag with the filter in, which I'll remove and put in my jacket in the freezing temperatures, because it is going to be cold this trip. And then here and here is mozzie protection. That's a net for my hair, that's spray. Now I don't know if I need it much, but I'm taking it anywhere anyway, because I hate the buggers. And last but not least, this little puppy in here is my knife kit, which is 2 knives. I've got a Boker Worldwide and a Opinel number 7, I believe, both of which are in there in that little case, zipped up nice and safe, so no one can accuse me of carrying them around doing anything wrong. The Boker is a world legal knife, conforms to all laws. The Opinel is not, however, we know the laws based on the the fact that I'll have a genuine reason for carrying that knife. Anyway, yeah, there's also a sharpener in there, a little sharpening kit, which I keep in there just to keep those blades in tip-top condition. And I think that is all I can really tell you about this. Over this side, this bag I've got, the rucksack, is a 65 litre Tibet, 65 plus litre, and as it expands, you probably get about 70 litres in there, I'm assuming. And everything here, what you can see, will be going inside the bag, other than the poles and the pegs, the trowel and the saw, and the roll mats. Not the Antarctic one, because that packs down really small going inside, but the foam and the thermal blanket underneath, they are the ones. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I need to start packing this away and getting it in the bag, because tomorrow I will be hitting the mountains.